Yes.
Yeah. No, everything about this was right. But as soon as I bought it, I just knew. And I'll tell you why.
So my regrets are a lot of the easy wins where you just bought a watch. As much as you don't want to admit it, you still have that thirst and hunger for another.
Yeah. Well, look. This is now a shame circle. All right. So.
What watch purchases have you regretted instantly? Because you just know, as soon as you drop that money, you just know in your every fiber of your being is telling you, good call, son, or just a howler, bad mistake. Should I lead? Because I've got one where I drove back from the purchase of this watch.
You drove it back?
I drove from Melbourne back to my house in Mount Eliza, which is a long drive. With this box of the watch was on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And I spent the whole time just looking at it going, you were a mistake. And I felt I hadn't told my wife I was going to buy it. I did it completely. I just went off script. I blew our budget for months.
What was it, Andrew?
It was and you may remember, I had this momentarily. It was the boutique edition Black Bay Bronze.
Yeah, you did a video on it.
I did. I made sure I got the video out, but you will remember.
That was the 58 bronze, right? That wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Everything about this was right. But as soon as I bought it, I just knew. And I'll tell you why. I fell for that bronze in its original state.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even 2 days of being out in the air. I think I swam in it once in a chlorine pool. I started to see that funky green Cole Medina. I saw the little Cole Medina patina popping up all over that thing. And I was like, hell no, I am not man enough for what is to come.
Really?
So I think I read an article by Zachary B. Blass. What does the B stand for?
Yeah, what does that? Benjamin.
Zachary Benjamin Button Blass. Well, strike me dead, Benjamin. I found your story and I scrubbed that thing with a toothbrush and some toothpaste. I took it back to Newtown and I sold that thing.
Come back? So it comes back to new pretty easy?
Sold pretty good. It didn't need too much of a touch, but that is my regret. And I can't explain. I liked it a lot in the moment. As soon as I was driving it home, I knew that this was like a 2-night stand. So
hang on. Was this the only bronze watch you've ever purchased?
No, I have the Oris Pointer Date Fratello edition with the wine red burgundy dial. I still like that watch a lot. I touched it one day with oily fingers, or maybe just the natural oils in my fingerprints. And there is a fingerprint perfectly etched on the side of that case from one day I touched it. And the oils so it truly is a treacherous material for the unprepared. But I'm comfortable with that because there's something about the bronze, even the patina, and this beautiful burgundy red, rich red dial. Like it is truly a dial you drink. It's so good. So I have one other bronze. But this bronze bracelet and this bronze watch and then this brown dial, it was not long for this world for me. So that was my regret. And it was a pretty brief move to just ship it on. That was one where I didn't torture myself over it. But you will recall, you're probably both going, oh yeah, he had that watch for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Love Tudor, but that was one. That was an in and out scenario. That was truly, sometimes you wait too long to break up. I didn't wait long on that one. In its best moments, it looked like a lion. It had the lion tawny colors. It had sort of your gold and your brown, and it looked sexy. But then in a lot of moments, it just didn't. And add to that the fact that it started to get some funky Cole Medina right off the bat. And I was like, yeah, nah, it's a no from me.
Yeah. So for me, it's really not just one particular watch. It's like a segment of watches because I've done this too many times. But I'm holding an example. And so my regrets are a lot of the easy wins where you've just bought a watch and as much as you don't want to admit it, you still have that thirst and hunger for another. So something comes up that isn't super pricey and you go, oh, like let me get that. And as soon as this arrived, so this was at a stage in my collecting where I didn't have a watch with a power reserve indicator. And I'm like, oh, I really want a watch with a power reserve indicator.
Listen to how sick we are.
Yeah. And so this watch does have a power reserve indicator at 6. And Marcus
What is it? Just
it's a Candino. Candino.
Candino.
It was a brand that I think is defunct now. It was owned by the Festina Group, which I think like does cars as well.
What did you waste on that?
More than I probably would like to admit. But you've got a date window at 12, which I absolutely
tell the people, Zach. Tribe.
Just a gist.
No, I genuinely don't remember if it was like $800 or if I even went like over 1,000. But
yeah, okay, well, but that's the gist.
No, I mean, look. In fairness, this watch that I'm holding in particular, it's chronometer certified. You know how I know? Because it's engraved on the side of the case. Chronometer certified,
Wow.
which I would love to just polish that off.
They're not letting that fact go quietly into the night. That's
and the lugs kind of have like a sort of corn de vache look.
Yeah.
So like there were all these little things.
So why did you regret it? Get to the salty part. What was it about that didn't deliver?
I regret this watch and other sort of entry kind of watches that I've just bought just to have like the hit. So to speak.
Sickness. You just need something to stave off the withdrawals.
Because this is the first time I've picked this watch up in probably 3-4 years.
Didn't even know you had it. It's never
it's
seen
worn. It's a waste of money.
No one knows.
If I add up the price we spent on
it's like a child you keep in the attic or something. It's like
if I add up the price of this watch and like the 5 or 6 other watches on my table that are within this sort of criteria, I would have a Tudor Black Bay 54. So
yeah.
So that's my regret.
And I'm sure, and Marcus will turn around in 16 minutes, and he will have arranged that trade because that's how B Blast operates.
So that's my regret. Is you got to have the discipline not to always go for the quick and easy win.
Yeah, it's interesting you chose something so insignificant in the scheme of things, but a lot of insignificant.
I think I can one up you. I think I can.
What have you got? What did you buy?
Yeah, well, look. This is now a shame circle, all right? So
no one's listening. It's
Are you ready?
It's early days.
I'm going to hold two up at the same time. Okay, just your eyes may sting a little.
Is it undone?
Look at that. Okay, so let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Put them down, please. My eyes literally hurt.
This is just okay. This was before Time and Tide. This was before Andrew McCutcheon in my life. This was when I was collecting watches like a chick collects shoes. Okay, so I was in Italy and I walked past some little kind of tacky sort of little watch store or something like that, and I saw these popping colors, and I think clearly for me, I was just like, wow, that's really green. And you know what? Look at this. Oh, this is, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually kind of cool.
And it just lights up, but it doesn't do anything. It just lights up the dial like that. So anyway, but they're just enormous, crazy. I think I probably wore them like twice, maybe not even. And but
I'm sorry, I just love how hard Andrew was trying to be like diplomatic. Like, oh, that's nice.
No, you don't need to be nice.
All right, it'll pass.
Honestly, I tell my kids they can have them, and not even my kids want them. So I really, really regret that. But then, so doubling down on that thing, like, so at least Zach bought like a real watch. But really, that was in a time in my life where I was buying watches because they were easy to purchase. And, and if you added up all of those easy purchases, you could have something really good. And it wasn't until I started working with Andrew at Time and Tide that literally overnight I stopped making those purchases because I realized.
But you took a long time.
It took ages
to decide where you would put that saving.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, look, I still see these watches lying around every now and then, and they really do sting the eyes. But they do really remind me of where I've come from. And I kind of dig the fact that you can evolve into a mature human being one day.
Yeah.
If you apply.
Yeah, and look, I think the thing about watches is, right, you can have cheap thrills for sure. And that's a definite category. Yeah. Like I really want a Mr. Jones watches. I want one so bad. I want so many of them. I want the Passing Afternoon. I want the Cat and Mouse. I want the robots playing pinball. There's so many whimsical fun watches from that brand that I just desperately want. Not going to break the bank. I mean, I suppose compared to those, they're expensive, but it's a definite category. But there are watches that are just plain junk that you put them on and they're just going to 100%. Make you feel. Those watches are going to make you feel toxic. So I'm glad we had this conversation. It wasn't exactly what I'd sort of hoped for, Marcus, because I mean, that is just such stinking regret. That is just stinking foul. Toxic,
I gotta be honest, Andrew. This isn't to toot my own horn. For me, while like yes, I do have.
Sounds like someone's about to toot their horn.
No, but the reality is like while yes, I do have regrets in terms of purchasing too many sort of watches that were short-term wins and they don't get worn because of the other watches I have in my rotation. The real regret side for me is the watches I didn't buy, which we can talk about in another.
Let's do another session on that. And then also,
actually, I've got answers for that too. Yeah,
I've got a third regret session we can do after that, which is watches we regret selling. Because I've got one that I think about every day, and it just plagues me. I don't blame myself because it was a move I needed to make to get something else, but I just hate that I did it. I just want to go back in time and change that decision. But that's for another day.
Yeah.
What watch do you regret buying? What watch did you buy and have that moment of like, damn. Yeah. I'm going to mute you, Zach. See you on the next tribe. Tell us your regrets. We are in the comments. We're there right now waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on. Let's do another regret session, another circle of shame. Let's all hold hands.
Yeah. It's going to be all right. Bye.